Dear children and friends, today I'll tell you the magical stories of one of the most loved gods in the whole wide world, the elephant-headed Ganesha. Welcome back to our channel. Long, long ago in the heavens of the gods lived a most unusual and lovable deity. Chubby cheeks, round tummy, twinkling little eyes, big ears like fans, his great elephant head, and a smile that makes everyone happy. But don't be fooled. Behind his funny and cute look, Ganesha is the wisest of all gods. Come, let's journey into his world. The birth of Ganesha. Once upon a time, goddess Parvati wanted someone who would always protect her. She created a boy out of turmeric paste and breathed life into him. She told him, "My child, guard this door. Don't let anyone inside." Soon Lord Shiva, her husband, returned, but the boy, Ganesha, had never seen Shiva before. Brave and loyal, he blocked Shiva's way. Shiva grew angry. How dare this child stop me? And in his rage, he cut off the boy's head. When Parvati came out and saw her son lifeless, she cried with thunder in her voice, "Bring him back!" To calm her, Shiva's followers searched for a head. The first being they saw was an elephant. And so the little boy came back to life with the head of an elephant. From that day, our beloved Ganesha became the elephant-headed god of wisdom, remover of obstacles, and the sun of the universe. Why Ganesha loves modikas? Ganesha's big belly isn't just for show. He loves sweets. He has one favorite sweet, modikas, little rice flour dumplings filled with jaggery and coconut. One time, the gods gave him a huge plate of sweets. He gobbled them all up until his tummy became round like a pot. As he walked, his belly shook, and whoops, it almost burst open. But Ganesha is clever. Quickly, he grabbed a snake and tied it around his waist like a belt. That's why many pictures of Ganesha show him with a snake around his belly, and also why we offer him modakas during festivals. The story of Vyasa and Ganesha writing the Mahabharata. Long ago, sage Vyasa, the great seer, composed the Mahabharata, needed someone to write it down as he dictated. The task required unmatched memory, patience, and wisdom. So Vyasa prayed to Lord Brahma, who said, "Only one can help you, the wise and mighty Ganesha." When Ganesha arrived, Vyasa humbly requested, "Bappa, will you be my scribe?" Ganesha smiled, but being clever, he set a condition. "I will write, but on one condition. I will not stop even for a moment. If you pause in your dictation, I will stop writing altogether." Vyasa thought for a while and then replied, "Very well, but you must also accept my condition. You should write only after fully understanding every verse I recite." Ganesha agreed, and so the great work began. Vyasa dictated verses filled with wisdom, philosophy, and stories of kings, battles, and dharma. Ganesha's pen moved with lightning speed, but whenever Vyasa needed a break, he would recite a particularly complex and layered verse, so deep that even Ganesha had to pause and reflect before writing it down. Together, the sage and the god created one of the greatest epics in human history. At the end, Ganesha's writing instrument, his pen, broke, but Ganesha didn't stop. With determination, he snapped off one of his own tusks and continued writing. That is why Ganesha is also called Ekadanta, the one with a single tusk. This story shows Ganesha's sacrifice, patience, and wisdom. It reminds us that true knowledge requires both thought, Vyasa, and action, Ganesha. And it's why Ganesha is worshipped before any learning, because he is the god of wisdom and writing. The story of Ganesha and Kartikeya, the race around the world. Whenever a Hindu ritual, puja, or celebration begins, the very first prayer is always to Lord Ganesha. But why? Once upon a time, in Mount Kailash, the gods asked Lord Shiva, "Among your two sons, who should be worshipped first?" Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati decided to test their two sons. They placed a magical fruit of knowledge before them and said, "Whoever circles the world 3 times first shall win this fruit and should be worshipped first." Immediately, Kartikeya, the warrior god, mounted his peacock and zoomed off like lightning through the skies, mountains, and oceans. He was determined to win. Well, Ganesha looked at his round belly, his little mouse as his vehicle, and the vast world in front of him. He thought, this is not going to be easy. Instead of rushing, he paused and smiled. He slowly walked around his parents, Shiva and Parvati, 3 times with folded hands. When Kartikeya finally returned, sweating with pride after circling the entire universe, he was shocked to see Ganesha already sitting happily beside his parents, fruit in hand. "Father, how is this possible?" Kartikeya protested. "I traveled across the heavens, the earth, the seas, and he hasn't even left home." Shiva smiled gently and explained, "Kartikeya, you saw the world outside, but Ganesha saw the truth within. For him, his parents are the whole universe. By circling us, he has circled the world itself." And from that day, Ganesha was known as the wisest of the wise, the one who always finds deeper meaning beyond appearances. Moral of the story: true wisdom isn't always about speed or strength. Sometimes, it's about recognizing what really matters. The remover of obstacles and why we pray to Ganesha first. Ever wondered why people call Ganesha the remover of obstacles? It's because Ganesha doesn't just clear the stones on your path. He also clears the doubts in your mind and the fears in your heart. His large head teaches us to think big. His tiny eyes remind us to focus. His big ears tell us to listen more than we speak. His tiny mouth teaches, speak less. His broken tusk shows us that no imperfection can stop greatness. And his mouse vehicle proves that even the smallest creature can overcome the mightiest challenges when guided by wisdom. Obstacles in life come in 2 forms. 1, outer obstacles, failures, delays, challenges. 2, inner obstacles, fear, ego, doubt. Ganesha removes both, sometimes by clearing the way, and sometimes by giving us the strength and clarity to face them. That's why, before any new venture, whether it's writing a book, starting a business, moving into a new home, or even a child's first day at school, we bow to Ganesha. We're really saying, "Bappa, please walk ahead of me, clear my path, make my journey smoother." Ganesh Chaturthi, a festival of joy. Every year during Ganesh Chaturthi, families bring home colorful idols of Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, the bringer of joy. Homes are decorated with flowers and lights, music fills the air, and the sweet smell of modaks reminds everyone that it is a time of devotion and celebration. For 10 days, Ganesha doesn't just stay in temples. He lives with us, in our homes, in our streets, and in our hearts. It feels as if Ganesha himself is sitting among us, laughing, blessing, and sharing in the celebration. Then comes the most emotional moment. On the last and 11th day, we carry Ganesha's idol in a grand procession of music and dancing and immerse him into the river or sea. With folded hands and teary eyes, we chant, "O beloved Ganesha, come back again soon next year." Well, I'd love to hear your own Ganesh Chaturthi experiences. Share them in the comments below. This ritual holds a deep truth. Ganesha's departure reminds us of life itself. Everything in this world is temporary. Just as Ganesha comes and goes, so do people, moments, and experiences in our lives. And what do we learn from this? To celebrate fully when life gives, and to let go gracefully when it takes away. So, dear friends, Ganesha is more than just the elephant-headed god. He is wisdom, kindness, courage, and joy. Whenever you feel afraid, stuck, or unsure, just close your eyes and pray. You will feel obstacles move away and peace fill your heart. Thank you for celebrating with me today, and may Ganesha guide your path always.